Now, this story does come from Dave Meltzer, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. But apparently, WWE is working with a lead AI storyteller to introduce AI storylines. So WWE has hired a new executive to spearhead the move towards incorporating artificial intelligence (AI) into the creative process. Again, this is according to Dave Meltzer. So they're hiring Cyrus Kasawi. Kasari. Go ahead, tell me.
Kalsari is how I'd pronounce it.
Okay. Was hired last month as the new senior director for creative strategy and was introduced to the creative staff by Triple H. Now, he's previously worked at BuzzFeed. I don't know what that matters, but he is supposed to lead WWE into the transition to AI based storytelling and integrate the technology into the creative services like videos and graphics. Triple H has said to have called it inevitable when it comes to creative in pro wrestling. So they did have an example here of the AI being bad, and it says WWE already has a contract with a AI platform called Writer AI, which has been fed existing WWE content to learn from. However, the initial results have been less than stellar, according to the report. Thus far, the AI software has come up with what one person with knowledge of the situation calls absurdly bad storylines. One specific pitch mentioned was a storyline for AEW's Bobby Lashley, who the AI seemingly didn't know was no longer with the company. I mean, if he returns, then anyway, as a wrestler who is obsessed with Japanese culture and history. So AI wants to see some kind of Bobby Lashley and Kyrie Sane kink. That's cool. Despite the rough start, the concerning feeling is reportedly that once bugs are worked out, that AI will begin to have major input into storyline directions. The report also knows that this is not the first time the promotion has experienced AI. So yeah, that's the gist of the story. WWE is going to start using AI to write storylines. And I, for one, don't think it's a bad idea. Now, obviously, like, okay, if you go to the example, Bobby Lashley, he's obsessed with Japanese culture and history. Well, first of all, from what I know about AI, it's not thinking itself, it's only scraping the internet and finding stuff. So this is obviously like a, what was it, a Tensai storyline where Prince Albert, he came back and he was Tensai for that brief amount of time.
He was Lord Tensai, yeah.
Yeah, that's obviously that's what that is. So I don't know. Yes, it's a bad storyline, but you obviously don't just like hit enter and then run to the presses. You go back and forth. Okay, I don't like that, or I do like the Japanese culture, but Bobby Lashley's not with the company. Can we use someone else? Or I don't like any of this. Can you think of something else? Like you go back and forth with AI. You don't just, oh, that's what it gave me. That's what we're running with. But I think it's a good idea because it would make them creative. And that's what it ultimately is about. Like right now, they don't have creative. Now, to be fair, they are kind of turning a corner, so it's getting a little bit better. But week in and week out, it's essentially the same thing. Oh, someone starts the show. Oh, someone interrupts said person who starts the show. That sets up the main event for later on, which may or may not have a run in and a disqualification. Like, that's what happens Raw, SmackDown. I'm sure it happens on NXT. So, yes, AI would, again, maybe you don't just run with it 100%, but at least it gives you something different.
Why is Triple H still there then?
Well, that was another thing. They said that Triple H is not there as often. Like, I don't know. They keep mentioning that he's like getting pulled more and more into this whole political thing. I think they're just trying to shoehorn a political conversation into it, honestly. But apparently he's, so enthralled with this Trump thing he's involved with, the fitness thing. That's just what they keep mentioning. Oh, Triple H is just taking less and less away from the show because he's so involved in this make America, I don't know, fit again or whatever the catchphrase is.
Maha, make
Yeah,
America healthy again.
yeah. He's so involved in that. He just doesn't have time for wrestling. That's what they keep saying.
Okay. I don't think this will make them more creative. I think this will make them lazy. And I
It
don't
will do
understand.
that.
And I don't see how you can come up with Because, like you said, what AI does is scrape the internet for existing shit. So I don't understand how you can come up with hot, new, fresh ideas with existing shit.
Well, that is one thing. Like, it's not going to be new because, yeah, it's not creating. No, maybe it's piecing stuff together. That's a knowledge gap for myself. I don't know if it can do that yet. From what I know, it's basically a superpowered Google.
Like, I can understand using it as a tool, but it's going to devolve into being a crutch. And I think this is antithetical to what, not wrestling, just creative shit in general. Because now you're going to be in a position where you can just hire anybody to do this. Just like the wrestlers.
And
Just anybody can wrestle. The quality of actual wrestling has devolved to the fact where you have Tozawa having 20-minute matches with somebody like Gunther.
yes,
So then now you're going
the
to do that
biggest
with your
example.
creative team? And that's the thing.
Yeah,
Like
and I
back
don't
in
know
the
where I
day, like
saw it.
Vince McMahon, he had shit like prime Vince McMahon. He had like the main event, he had the mid card, he had the lower card. Everything had a cohesive story. Everybody had a goal. There was something to fight for.
Yeah, everything made sense.
AI is not going to have that.
Well, it could if you do it right. You have to work with it. You can't just tell it to do everything and then take what it gives you.
But
Like,
that's what it's going to turn into.
yeah, I guess it is eventually going to turn into them just like
It's going to be a bunch
typing
of
the
fat
prompt in.
fucks and stained wife beaters just pressing buttons.
I did see something that the talent thought that with WWE moving to AI, it's a sign that the boom is over. Because they're always touting about how much money they're making.
Oh.
They're saying that the boom is over and they're going to go to AI and just ditch the real workers. Like, this is them setting up, replacing the 112 creative writers they have so that they can just use AI.
I don't know. It feels like TKO is just sabotaging WWE.
Yeah. I mean, they want their money back, but I don't know. People keep saying that, yeah, TKO is going to be unhappy and then they're going to sell it to the Saudis, to His Excellency, who will pay for it.
Then we'll have to cover AEW or movies.
Yeah, we'll be out. Yeah, if they buy it, that's it.
Like, I'm already one foot out anyway. Like, after Vince McMahon sold it.
Yeah, won't be good for us. It will be a different show. I mean, we can still talk about the new stuff, but the weekly reviews, like Vince Russo, I only watched the clips, bro. He's always complaining about the show. He's like, but I'm not watching the whole show. I just watched the clips because I'm not watching the whole show.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting through this for 2 hours.
Cornette says that too. Like, I don't watch the matches.
Yeah, Cornette says it too. All the older people doing the podcast, they'll watch the clips to get the information they need, but they're not going to sit down 2 hours and watch the whole show.
Yeah, which I'll be honest, I don't watch the matches either. There might be like one match that I'll watch, and it's usually by accident.
For me, it's based off of if I'm watching it live or not. Like, if I watch it live, then I'll watch the matches. If I'm watching it on replay, then yeah, I usually just get the story part. Well, what story part there is. Like the backstage shit.
Yeah.
Or the promos. I'll watch that, and then the matches are like, well, I don't need to see Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch, if I'm being honest with myself.
That was actually a good match.
It was. Give her credit for that, but
yeah,
I'm just using that as an example. But yeah, that is where we're going. But again, that's a Meltzer report, so could or could be real or not. I'll leave that up to you to decide, but let us know what you think in the comments. Is this move to AI going to be good for wrestling? Is it going to be bad for wrestling? Is wrestling going to die when we move to AI? Bars again.